Okay, YouTube universe, here's what we're going to do this morning. Our fish has been sitting overnight here, soaking in this brine that I made yesterday. And I had that plate on there to help keep it submerged and soak up all the good flavor and stuff in the brine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this buffalo carp fillets out. I know some people rinse this stuff off before they smoke it, but I don't do that. I leave all that flavor right on there. And we're going to lay it on these sheets. And what this is the racks that are sitting on top of cookie sheets so that that brine drains off of them. And I know in salmon, which I've smoked before, what happens is after about an hour they'll develop a sticky surface on the outside of the fish, and that helps the smoke stick to the fish, and it also helps to keep the moisture inside the fish, because sometimes when you smoke fish it gets a little dried out, and it should help keep all that moisture in that sticky surface that'll develop over about an hour of air drying out here. So we'll get these laid out here. I didn't know exactly how many sheets I would need. I think we're gonna be okay here. In fact, I may not need that other sheet. We'll see. Get the onion shook off there. Let's see, how much more do I have? Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to use this other sheet for at least, let's see, a couple little pieces here. I think that's the last piece. And then this will sit here for, like I said, about an hour, and hopefully you'll get that sticky surface, sticky coating on there to help all the smoke stick to it and keep the moisture in. And then I'll come back and put it in the smoker and we'll get it smoking. Should be an interesting day because we're supposed to start having some snow and sleet and rain today, so we may be doing this in some interesting weather. So what we're going to do now is get my smoker prepped up so that when the fish dries off, all we have to do is load the fish and start the smoker up. So we need to put some water in the water pan. I know a lot of people will put all kinds of things in the water pan. They'll put fruit juice, they'll put slices of fruit in the water, or they even put soda in there because I think the flavors from all of that will also help the fish take on a better flavor. I just use water. I figure most of the flavor is in the brine, so that should be enough. Need to dump out my wood box there. We get that loaded up. This is some apple and cherry wood that I had soaking overnight in some water. And I like a lot of smoke, so we're gonna load this thing up pretty good, and I'll probably load it twice during the smoking, because as I said, I like a lot of smoke flavor. Make sure it's good and full. There we go. If you get it too full, it won't fit underneath the water pan, so have to be careful of that. Stick it right under there so it's all ready to go. And then another thing I like to do, just to make life a little easier, I take my grates and I'll spray them with a little bit of cooking spray. Just makes it easier to get your stuff off when you're all finished. It really doesn't take a whole lot. That's one. You can see the weather's already starting to get bad out here. We're supposed to have sleet and snow and ice today, so it should be an interesting day of smoking. Now, I smoke pretty hot, so it shouldn't take very long. A lot of people will smoke real slow. Helps keep some of the moisture in. But I'll probably try and keep this at 2 or 250 for a couple hours is all. Okay. That's all ready to go. Now all we have to do is wait for that fish to dry off a little more and start the fire after we load up the fish, and we'll be smoking. Okay, as you can see, we've got the fish that have been drying for about an hour here, and I've noticed they don't have quite the glossy sheen that salmon does when I do this. I imagine that might be partly because of the different types of flesh that buffalo carp has over salmon, but I think we'll be alright. And let's get this stuff loaded up and we'll get smoking here. Like to make sure that they're not touching so that they get smoke on all parts of the fish. Get good air and smoke circulation around all of them. There we go. We got the fish loaded up. Now, just get under here, turn on the gas. And then hopefully, a little twist. Oh yes, we have fire. Now the best part of the whole thing. Besides eating, of course. For some reason I just love the smoking process. I like to see the smoke billowing up out of my smoker. I love the smell. I love it when I check on it, I open it up and the fish is all golden smoky brown. The whole process is just wonderful. Okay, I think we're ready to close it up. Start smoking. We'll just do a little bit of an update on how things are going with the smoker. As you can see, we have smoke. It smells absolutely wonderful. And our temperature is just about 200. I might turn up the fire just a little bit because, as I said, I like to smoke pretty fast with the fish. I only like to spend about 2 hours doing it, so I might turn it up just a hair. Let me see, smoke. I've got it covered up a little bit more than what the adjustment little wheel does. because as I said, I like a lot of smoke. I like that smoke to sit in there for quite a while and add a lot of flavor to my fish. So there's the update. We've been going for about a half an hour or so, and we'll come back in a little bit and see how things are going. Alright, let's take a look at this and see how we're doing here. Looks like the temperature is still about 200 degrees, so we're good there. Oh yeah, we're doing real good. Looks like we're getting a little bit of color. Not as much as I thought we'd have. And it looks like we need to refill our wood box. So let's get that taken care of. Take that down, dump it out. Over here on the rocks. Bring it back up. Get some more wood chips in here. You gotta be careful when you first do this. You don't get that steam on your hands. Yeah, it gets pretty darn hot. Get a good load in there. There we go. And get some more smoke flavor on that fish. And stick it right back under there. And I think we have enough water to finish it up, so we'll probably just leave that, get this closed up, get the temperature back up, and get the smoke rolling again. I'm going to close this back up. I had it open a little bit because it got a little bit hot. Now we can close it back up. And there we go. We're ready for the second round of smoke and about 1 more hour of cooking. Let's go see how we're doing. It's been a couple hours in the smoker. We're still at 200 degrees, so everything should be done. And as you'll notice, maybe if you can see it on the camera, we're starting to get a little bit of snow here. So I had to put the waterproof casing on my GoPro. Hopefully you can still hear me pretty good. So let's see what we have. Oh yeah, that is looking excellent. So let's turn off the fire here. Turn off the fire. Turn off the gas. There we go. And get our fish off of here. Oh yeah, it's not sticking or anything. Good deal. Flaky and cooked, and if not, you know what I do? I just cheat and I throw it in the microwave oven and finish cooking it. But I think it's pretty done. In fact, that one's having a hard time getting off in one piece. Yeah, it's flaking apart. We're done. Doesn't look like it dried out too bad at all. See if I can get that off of there without dropping it. Oh, look at that flaky meat. That is going to be excellent. Come on. There we go. One more. Woo, that's hot. There we have it. there's our finished product right there. Isn't that awesome? It's nice and flaky, nice and brown color on it. Wonderful. We're going to go inside and enjoy some great smoked buffalo carp.